Alright everybody, welcome back. Been a hectic couple weeks around here, haven't done much filming. Gonna try and get back to a little bit more regular filming this coming week. So Saturday today, I'm gonna work a little bit on our Shovelhead chopper for the Invited Builder show. Bike's all torn apart, got a little bit of fab work I need to do on the rear leg of the Springer. Got to do some machine work on a couple of parts, and then I'll give you guys a little update on what we've got done so far. We got a lot of the body work going. We got the frame molding underway, so I'll show you guys that, and that'll probably do it for the day. So as always, thanks for joining us. I hope you guys are enjoying this build. Don't forget, if there's something you're interested in seeing, some tech or something like that, definitely let us know in the comments. We're always looking for ideas on stuff to film that people are going to enjoy. So anyway, if you got anything, let us know, and we're going to get to work. Alright, so one of the things we did on this build is, being that we had the kind of crazy shaped pyramid tank, we ended up doing a lot of angular parts. So we made our sissy bar out of square, kind of turned on the side, so it's got the diamond look. We're remaking the front Springer leg. That's probably next up on the agenda once the rear leg is done. Excuse me. Out of the square, turned onto the diamond. We did our handlebars that way. So I'm using this cheap Springer because I had it. I really don't like the way they look. So what we're going to do is, we took a piece of sheet metal, cut it, bent it, and we're going to go ahead and inlay this on top of the Springer leg. Got to trim this off, but it's going to give us that similar look that we have going on all the way throughout the bike, of the kind of sideways turned square or diamond shape, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to clean off these mounting bungs for the front brake tabs that come on this Springer, because we're not running any front brakes. And that's it. Alright, so we got our first piece on. Now we're just going to take a little piece of scrap sheet metal, and we're going to make our end caps to close this up. grind a little radius on there, and then just mark our piece out. Simple stuff here. Now we just need to tack it in, grind it, and finish weld it. Alright guys, just a quick interruption in the video here. I want to tell you about how to enter to win. As I said in a couple previous videos, we're going to pop this information in the middle of all of our videos here and there, just to let people know how to enter, and it'll get people to watch the videos, as you got to watch and find where the information is. So it's going to be real simple. You don't have to buy anything, doesn't cost you anything, you just need to send an email. I'm going to try to get the email on the screen here. I'm not a super tech whiz, so we'll see how that goes, but the email address is pretty straightforward. It's gaddysgaragegiveaway@gmail.com. So all you have to do, send one email. In the email, subject line, giveaway, and in the body of the email, your name, address, telephone number. That's it. You don't actually even need to give your whole address if you don't want. Just let's scratch the address. Let's give your name, your city and state, and a contact phone number. We're not going to sell the phone numbers. No one will ever have them but me, so don't worry about that. You're not going to get sales calls. I hate sales calls as much as everybody else. But we do need a way to get a hold of you if you win. So, again, name, city and state, telephone number. You do need to be a subscriber to the channel to win also. So if you're seeing this and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and then send the information on over. So we look forward to everybody entering, and we're really excited to give away this bike. Now back to the video. Alright, so we got one done. Now we got to do the other one. Pretty happy with how that looks. I think it's going to really accent the rest of the bike well. And I'm looking at this here thinking I need to do it up here too, which with this curve is going to be interesting, but maybe we'll make up a little test piece and see how we can get that fit, see if it works good. Got to get this bung cut off here and keep on plugging away. So bent up our second side, basically just the same as the first, just repeat the process. Alright, so we got both lower legs done. I gotta cut this one boss off still, and I definitely feel like I want to do something with these top bars, so I gotta play with that a little bit and see what I can come up with. I just think it'll look a little bit more finished with both sections done. Alright, so I'm gonna try and do a little figuring on this here, obviously. Okay, so if we make a piece, we want to give ourselves some overhang, so we'll make like an 8-inch piece and bend it into our peak and then see about shrinking it. I'm not sure how the triangle is going to shrink, and actually I'm not even sure if once I bend it I can get it in the shrinker, so this may be a little bit more tricky than I'm thinking, but we're going to make up a test piece and see what we can come up with, and then if that doesn't work, we will approach it from a different angle. That's kind of the way you got to do this stuff. This is not anything I've ever done before. You know, I've shaped metal and made different stuff, but not this particular type of deal, so whenever you do that, it's kind of a little bit of a figure as you go. Another option would be to bend this and then heat it with the torch, but unfortunately I'm completely out of gas and I couldn't get any delivered until Tuesday, so if that ends up being the way we need to do it, it's not going to get done today. So I'm going to hop on the plasma table, cut up a test piece, and come back and see what kind of mess we can make. Okay, so this is seeming to work. So this is our shrinker stretcher. This is just a cheap set from Harbor Freight. I've had them for years. I don't know if Harbor Freight still even makes these, but tons of other companies online, Bailey Industrial, Trick Tools, I don't know, everybody sells them pretty much these days. So basically you have a stretcher here and a shrinker here. Stretcher will make, you know, it curve this way. shrinker will make this piece curve this way. So it's some little jaws. When you step on the pedal, the jaws grab the material and either pull it apart or squish it together, depending on if you want to shrink or stretch. So right now we're trying to get the top curve, so we're stretching. Because it's a bent piece, I try to jump back and forth between the two sides to keep it even, and you just kind of want to sneak up on it. You know, you do a little stretch, and then I'm going to walk over, test fit it on the part. So it's getting there, but we want to do a little bit more. So again, just work back and forth both sides. These tools are great if you do any kind of sheet metal work. They're really handy, and they're, like I said, they're not crazy expensive. And I've had really good luck, like I said, with the cheapy Harbor Freight ones. So we're starting to get a little twist. I don't know if you can see that, but we got a little bit more on one side than the other. So we just want to go ahead and give a little focus back on that side, and that should get us straightened out. There we go. So I'm pretty happy with that fit so far. There is going to be a little bit of back and forth with this, because now that we're going to go ahead and shrink this other side, we may have to stretch a little more, but that's just kind of the process of this system, is doing a back and forth. So okay, so I have another deep throat shrinker over there in the corner. For some reason this one didn't seem to want to move it, but you can see basically how we're getting a shape, you know, basically a gradual S shape, which is going to match our springer. So again, just going to jump over and test fit and then come back. Alright, so we're making good progress, but definitely need a good bit more shrink and stretch to match what we've got over there. So we just want to keep checking, make sure our spine is pretty level. We don't want to get too much twist in it without correcting it. So that's looking pretty good. You can see how much nice offset curve we got in it. So we'll go make another test fit. So it looks like we're really close on the stretch portion and just need a little bit more shrink to lay it down. One of the key things on this also is trying to stay patient with it, and you're checking so that you don't go too far it's not that you can't pull it back, but it's just a pain in the ass. So check more times than you want to. That's kind of a pain, I know, with the back and forth, but by doing that, if you can sneak up on it and nail your fit the first time, it saves you a lot of trouble going backwards. All right, so I am really, really happy with this fit overall. What we need to do is get it trimmed to size now, and I'll tack it in place. I'll do a little bit of hand hammering just to tighten up some of the corners. But overall, like I said, very, very happy with the how this worked. Like I said, I was not sure it was going to work at all, so pretty pumped with how it went. Not bad.
More curve, baby.
Nah,
No.
that's pretty good. Once I weld it in, yeah, this is how I fit the last one. Yep, because I tack it here and here, and then just close that up a little bit. It's getting body worked up, Mike. And I didn't dent it. It wrinkles from the shrink.
Wow. The other one did that?
Yes. But once it's all welded and ground out, and then Tony does his magic, it doesn't. Oof, it's kind of twisted though.
Your plate.
I wonder if it's.
You can straighten that metal out a little bit.
What's that?
Straighten out those dents a little.
Yeah, I could if I had, but I need something like. You got to be careful when you do that though too, because sometimes it changes the fucking.
Of course.
Yeah. What, the one you can't find the holes? Alright, we're all set. We've got both sides fully welded and blended. We're ready to turn it over to Tony, let him get it body worked perfectly smooth, and ready for some paint. I had a little bit of time left before we decided to call it a day, so we went ahead and got the rough machine work done on splitting the rocker boxes for our Shovelhead motor. Just went ahead and clamped them in the vise, lined them up, and took a 5/8 end mill and let it do its thing. Just some quick shots of our sheet metal work. We got our oil tank and our fuel tank and our roof fender all body worked and in prime. Just ready for some block sanding before we go ahead and add the paint to it. We also got started on molding the frame. Going to do full molding on this, so every weld will be cleaned and molded. Once the frame is painted, it'll really look like it was just dipped in one piece. It's a lot of work, tedious work, but the payoff from a fully molded frame is completely worth the effort. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for today. Pretty happy with the progress. Got our rear leg all modified. Be ready to turn that over to Tony for him to work his magic on it. Got our first round of modifications on our hand controls done. Still not loving those, but I'm just tired of looking at hand control options. There's just not a lot of stuff out there I like. So we're going to make these work. We'll modify them up a little bit more, and at the end of the day they'll work out just fine. And we got our rocker boxes split. Still some work to do on those. We got to drill and tap for oil line fittings. We got to do a little hand cleanup work, radius some edges, and I might do one or two other little tricks to them that I'm kind of working out in my mind right now. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying following this along. We're really enjoying this build. It's coming out really nice, and that's it. I don't know. Check out our giveaway bike videos. We've kind of had a little stagnation with that, so please share it on your social media so your buddies will see it and they can get signed up and we can get it given away. It's still in the trailer from when we went to the show a few weekends ago, so maybe in the next week or two we'll get it pulled out and get it buttoned up and put some test miles on it and stuff. So that's that. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we hope to see you next time at Gaddy's Garage.